about it. They will. The children in 1994 will be the adults in the year 2000. Even if they're just born now, they will mature very, very fast, both physically and mentally, with the new vibrations. Why? Because they have not had a lot of time to clog up. They have not had a lot of time to get all of the shots that have held us back, all of the misteachings that we've had to unlearn. They're here seeking truth, and if they hear a lie, they know a lie just like that. 3 lies and you've lost them. It'll take you a year to regain what you told them in 3 lies. You cannot lie to these children. But if you start telling them the truth and don't treat them like children, treat them with love and treat them as advanced adults, they will mature like they're supposed to very fast. When the physical body grows fast, the mental body is supposed to grow 5 times as fast. Look at those developing young and now understand what you've messed up if you haven't tried to reach the mind, which is 5 times faster than the body. Did you just hear what I said? Look at those advanced, developed, at 12 and 13 looking like you didn't look until you were 20 and 25, and understand that the brain is 5 times ahead of that and see the opportunity you may be missing. Don't treat them like children. Treat them like adults. Don't give them false love. Give them the respect you want them to give you through the love. If you cannot find love for them, then at this time begin to show at least a concern and a hope for them to begin to understand who they are. They are souls, some from distant planets, who've had to come back at this time to finish out what we call karmic cycles. There are souls that have been, to say, your friend and enemy past, but they are all strong. They can take what you can't. Never underrate them. And never forget that they are psychic. And they tune in to that subtle part of you even when you are not aware of it. You can't fake them. You've got to come out and give it to them like it is. That's why they chose this time. And that's why nature chose this time. And that's why the Almighty Creator chose this time for them to return. Let me say one other thing, and then I'll conclude with the children lecture. Astrology was not meant to be a guidepost for every action you take with your newborn or with yourself. It was to be only a guide, not an instruction manual, but a guide, showing you the different programs that your TV sets could bring on, and then you tune into what program you want. The stars do not impel you to do anything. I'm sorry, they do not compel you to do anything. They impel you in a direction that you already want to go, and that's why you choose to follow that particular star sign. Why am I saying this? By understanding when your child came in, you will get a general tendency as to its strengths and weaknesses. Advanced souls make astrology. They do not follow astrology. They can be as different from their sign, ascending, natal, or otherwise as night and day. And understand also that because of the progression of the equinoxes, our signs are off 30 degrees anyway. I keep saying this because so many of us are choosing astrology now to escape to, saying again, that child was born like this because it's under that sign, and that's my Gemini, and that's my... No, sir. These souls make or break astrology. They make or break stars. They are free souls in a free will zone, and they're here to express. The only thing you've got to do is to understand that they came from your vibrations. And somewhere along the line, those vibrations were enough to attract that soul, try to recapture what it was that first called them forth before it is too late. For those of you whose children have already seemingly crossed over the border, meaning by that not died, but died in soul and spirit, and you can't do anything with them, understand, if they sleep in your house, you can do everything with them if you only have wisdom. The very rap records that they think they hear can be utilized to put in a subtle meaning which the brain will not reject, because the subconscious mind cannot fight when the soul is out of the body. It will do anything that's on that particular tape, which I can show you how to make. Understand that your very presence in a room while that child sleeps will carry the vibrations over to the etheric body and help to soothe it, even if it's on drugs. There are certain essences, that's what incense and perfumes used to be about. Now we don't even understand that anymore. That can calm a soul down and make the brain awaken so you can teach it better. There is no such thing as hopelessness for a person who has hope. There is only hopelessness for fools and ignorance who will follow the devastation of a soulless planet and a soulless caretaker of a planet that is now trying to awaken. You have power. You just don't know it, and don't expect your enemy to teach you. You've got to go within and follow the right teachers, or go within and follow the dictates of the Almighty, and you'd be surprised what you can learn when you are drug-free and at calm and home in your own peaceful place. If your home is not peaceful, do the things to make it peaceful. Say the things that the other mate wants to hear if necessary, and placate that house, or separate and let each soul go free so each one can express themselves and not be held back. There is a real enemy outside the home. Don't bring one in the home. And understand again, that child may be the moderator between you and your spouse. That child, if really raised correctly, may be the balancer between you and your spouse. The home can be as happy as you want it, even with unemployment and in spite of the New World Order. But you have to learn the real power of psychic and subliminal and out of the body and spiritual things, not religious things, spiritual things that have all the power in the universe that will bring you all of those things you think you can't get just by the very vibrations within it. Your child may be your blessing or your curse, not because of what the state does, but because of what you do or don't do. Once again, I thank you. Okay, for a brief time, or if it's possible, for Q&As, and please understand this, I do not bring with me, or our group does not distribute products that are bad knowingly. We have one man who does our research, and that's all we pay him to do, is to research new products. Thank you.
It's not what you call it.
Yeah, I see, okay. To research, thank you very much. To research new products, and as these things may change, because you see, some of the good chemists, the good researchers, are leaving corporations. They see bad things happen as government and conglomerate takeovers come, and they won't work for them. So when we see a product line changing, we change the product, that's all. We try to keep our prices down and yet make some profit, understand the profit is reflected in the profit. The BioGuard Plus is an antioxidant enzyme. You take this in the morning on an empty stomach, or at night at least 2 hours after you take food. You do not take this product when something is in your stomach being digested. You try to take it on an empty stomach. Other than that, it will simply help to break up the food. If you take it with no food or little food in the stomach, it will become a scavenger of free radicals. All I can tell you about that is those are the things that happen as you go about your daily life. Those are the things that make you age and show your age. Those are the things that bring on diseases. Those are the things that stop your cells from vibrating at their fullest. These things search out those free radicals, either engulf them or set them up so that certain things in the blood can take them away. This is all that this is. It is an antioxidant enzyme, a free radical scavenger, taken on an empty stomach in the morning or at night. Genesis 1000, and some of you know about Aerobic 7. We used to handle Aerobic 7. We found that the government took over Aerobic 7, and we find that although they use dismutase, amylase, is the three things that they use, the only thing now that's good is the SOD, the superoxide dismutase. Everything else, it cannot live up to what it says. So far,